Hey everybody, it's Kathy Klotz-Guest. Happy Saturday! Now normally I don't go live on Saturday, but I have this idea. So I just really quickly, just a few minutes, wanted to explain something about narratives. As I've been thinking about narratives this week, post-election and stuff, it's got me thinking. I am a storyteller, and I'm also a comic, so I think about stories all the time. Hey Carol, so I have this idea because I've been thinking about it since this week. And it's this idea of good versus evil and good versus evil narratives and how sometimes they bite us in the butt and they don't work. So I love good versus evil narratives. We all do since we were kids. That's really what superheroes are all about. That's what Luke Skywalker did. He was the savior. He fought evil, Darth Vader, all this stuff. So I raided my kid's room for a simple demonstration. So I got my Green Goblin here, Lego. He's a bad guy. And I got my super awesome spider helicopter here, Spideycopter. Sup? Isn't that cool? I'm not even sure I'm going to give these toys back to my kid. I think I keep them. He's not here. He ain't going to know. So we've got these simple stories of like, all right, you're the bad guy. I'm the good guy. Psh, 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 All right, whoops. We'll fix that later. You get the point. I mean, it's a great story, and it works for the movies, and it works for some things. The problem is when we use it in politics and when we use it in business, and we overuse it. And here's the thing that's really important. Hey, Akeem. Hello. If we're using it in business and we're using that kind of simple evil versus good in our stories in business, our personal lives, all these different things, it has a backbite. And here it is. Out of this election and before the election, the entire thing was, we're good, you're evil because you don't agree with us. And the other side said the same thing. We're the good guys, you're evil. Here's the problem. Half the country voted. The other half didn't vote. The 47%, the almost half of the eligible electorate that didn't vote. Are they evil? No. They're disenfranchised. And if we write them off as evil, we don't have to reach out to them. It absolves us of having to do something and get off our butts and figure out how to engage them. They have to work with us just as much. And if we write the other side off who voted differently from the way that we did as evil, right? That's it. We don't problem solve. We don't do anything, and we'll never change our view. And it locks us into a position that never changes. And we never ever see the other side's point of view. We never ever see them as human. We've simply written them off as evil. You're bad, you're evil. And it's an old narrative. And what are the odds that it's true? People who voted differently from the way that I voted, are some of those people? Do they have antiquated ideas? Are some of them racist and sexist and bigoted? Yeah, probably. But what are the odds that all of them are? That's really far-fetched. A lot of those people who voted differently from the way that I did are not evil. They're not bad. And if we label them that way, nothing ever changes. That's the backbite of the good versus evil narrative in business and politics and anything. So be careful about labeling somebody. A, we get locked into a position. B, it absolves us from having to change our point of view and be better and do things differently. That's dangerous because it goes against neuroplasticity, which means we can learn, we can grow, we can evolve, we can do things better. We can't simply write the others off as all bad. Because the truth is, I don't think so. And as long as we tell ourselves that the other is bad and evil, we never change. So here's the deal. Take personal responsibility in anything, in your business, in politics, and all these different things, in your personal life. And be careful about good versus evil narratives. They serve sometimes, and they can be really effective. They can be really effective to get people to take action. But how sustainable are they? How sustainable? Now we have a country that's divided, and we still have to live with our neighbors who voted differently from us. We have to go see our families at an awkward family Thanksgiving, and I'll probably sit at the little Democrats table because I have a mixed political family. But here's the thing, we still love each other. And I'm not going to demonize the other. And the minute I demonize the other, it breaks down and we stop trying. So that's my message, really simple. Good versus evil in anything, in business and personal, and in politics, any kind of political storytelling can backfire. It serves us in the short run, but in the long run, it hits us in the face and it breaks down because we can't move forward. So be careful about the othering. Be careful about the us and them in our narratives. Be careful about calling another side that disagreed with us evil just because they didn't see things the way that we did. And that's super important, just really important. It's easy to just write off people who think differently. But I refuse to believe that all those people who voted differently from the way that I did are all evil. I just don't think that works. We have to work with them. We have to live with them. We have to make our country better together. And I think a lot of people were just scared, acted out of fear, and are disenfranchised. And if we label them as evil, we lose them. They shut down, and we lose the ability to reach out to them and to bring them into the fold. So really, just my message is really simple, everybody. Oh gosh, I gotta pick up my Green Goblin. So, all right, Green Goblin's evil, right? And Spider-Man is cool and good and everything, but those are really easy black and white divisions, and they don't always work. They don't always work in business and politics and life and anything. So maybe we can find a way for these people to kind of coexist. Now, my kid's not going to get his Legos back. I'm keeping them because they're awesome. So that's just my short little brief message. Just be careful in your own life about these narratives. And this whole week I've been thinking a lot about narratives because that's what I do as a comic, as an improviser, as a business storyteller. I'm thinking about narratives all the time and how they serve us and how they don't. And good versus evil narratives are so reductionistic and oversimplistic that sometimes they just don't serve us. They hurt us. They hurt us. So maybe this week what you can do to break down a wall is to just reach out to somebody who voted differently from the way that you did and get to know them. And if they voted differently from you, maybe you get them to pick up the tab for lunch. But that doesn't mean you walk away. Get to know them. See their point of view. And I think what you'll see is that the humanity is there. Sometimes people are just scared. And that's something we have to work through together. So, all right, everybody. Happy Saturday. Have an awesome day. Go play with Legos. Like I say, my kid doesn't know, and I'm keeping them. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.